Yo, 2005 Sienna van radiator. Remove stuff like this. On both sides. Remove 10mm screws all over the place. Maybe some clippy things if they're not broken. Whoa, clippy things. Clippy things. Somebody got a little creative with the corner-inch self-drilling screws. Probably me. Okay, remove more clippy things. You just got to pull the centers out of these. He was missing a couple. Should be nice and floppy now. Carefully pull and yank. Try not to wreck anything. It might sound like you're wrecking something. Lovely. Sometimes this foam will fall out with it. It's taped down though. Somebody got creative with the electrical tape. Probably me. Remove more 10mm things and stuff. There's a support bracket for this radiator that goes down the center. There's a bolt here, but there's a bolt down on the bottom too. I'm going to take that off. There's kind of like some horn wires I'm going to take off too, I guess. Unplug horny wires. There's a sensor on this side that's kind of in my way. I can pinch a couple of things together with a needle nose and just pull out on it. And it's supposed to come out like that. I can do the same with the bottom one down here. Just give it a pinch. That way I can kind of flop this out of the way. I'll just let it hang like this. Nice and gingerly. Now I got an AC condenser and the radiator is all bolted together. Looks like I got a couple of fillies on here. A couple of 8mm here. Some 10s on these fans. I think it's missing a couple of screws, whatever. I'm going to drain the coolant next. I got a 21mm 6-point socket. There's a petcock down here. I can just stick it right on there and bust this loose. I could probably go a little smaller. Maybe I'll try a 19 or a 20. 20mm, the size nobody ever uses. Oh, that fits a lot better. I still have the radiator cap on it too, so it doesn't flush too fast. It's urinating. While that's urinating, I can remove this upper radiator hose. I can take off this overflow pipe. I'm just going to stick the hose in the hole. I got some connectors I can unplug. There's a little zip-tied connection on the fan right here. You might have to get a little destructive trying to get this one off because they don't like to come off. Just try not to wreck the wires inside the loom. Ugh. I ended up breaking it. Suppose you could use a side cutters and just cut the thing. We'll get these hoses off. A couple of transmission line hose clamps. remove these hoses. They might dribble a little fluid out of them. Probably won't be much. Now if you look down in between the fan, you can see there's two 10mm bolts. And I got to get at those. You can't really see them from the top, but you can feel your way around. It's pretty easy to get at. I'm just using a deep well 10mm. And then this fan should come out as a whole assembly. Now that it's pretty much done dripping all over the place, I can take a lower radiator hose off. If this is too much of a pain, you can always take it off from the engine too. Leave it on the radiator. And it should urinate some more. Now these two ridiculous things are still screwed together on the bottom. Of course, I'm going to try to do the two easy ones in the front. So I should be able to lift this condenser up out of the way. And I should be able to just lift this radiator right out. Now I can take these 4 8mm out. I'm going to try to keep these clips too, because I don't know if they're going to be on the new radiator or not. Okay, junk. Oh, nice. It comes with the brackets. Nice. I don't have to mess around with the brackets. There's no clips for these, so I'm glad I saved these clips from the other radiator because I can put those here. Those will work for the bottom bolts. I actually had to find a bolt for this, but because for some reason there was a screw in here. And that's for the bottom. As for the top, I'm going to take these brackets off. I'm going to have to figure out how to deal with these too, because there's no... The factory mounts are threaded in the back. And they got threads in this hole. These don't have that. What the heck, China? So it looks like I get to swap out some new China for old Japanese. I put some deep creep on all these threads too because it's crusty. Well, it looks like on these I can use some of these clips that were on the old radiator. I'm going to stick them on the inside here. I can use some of these short little bolts. A little deep creep on that rusty thing. Got you. These pins are so far out of alignment that I actually made a bushing. Just for you, Dylan. Just for you. Aftermarket Chinese sassin', frackin', rickin', rackin'. This thing's got a broken radiator cap, so I got one of those too. This is another wonderful idea made by Toyota. They make a cab forward design. They put the radiator fill partially under the wiper cowl. They made an apparatus for this. Any normal commoner will make an ethylene glycol mess all over the frickin' place just trying to put coolant in their car. So anyways, I'm going to fill this up. I'm going to start it up and burp the system, and I'm going to put some in the overflow tank because it's empty, and call it a win. Okay, bye.